Good evening. Hello, everyone. It is your friend Talk Yarny to me. Well, it's your friend Zuri, and you have found Talk Yarny to me. Welcome back, or welcome back to me, I guess. Back to videos. It's been a few weeks since I came and hung out with you guys, and it's a little bit just laziness on my part, not feeling like getting the camera out. Because like my time, like right now it's 10:42. Like my time when I'm like done with everything and I can devote some time to this is always like late. And I never feel like doing it when my son is here, the weeks that he's with me, because you know by that time I'm extra worn out. So it's just work's been busy, etc., etc. Excuses, reasons. Haven't been here for a while. And then partly also, I haven't had a ton of finished objects to show because I've been knitting a lot. And y'all know knitting is never ending. But I do have a few to show you. One I've had done for a few weeks. I actually already wore it. It's wearable. And I'll show it to you now. I'm wearing it now, actually, and I'm pointing down, so I think we can all guess. So anyway, because it's been a while since I have seen you guys, actually I probably should not have worn these because I won't be able to show you guys really well. At least you'll see them on. Is maybe I'll show you and then I'll pause and take them off, and then whatever, we'll figure it out. But I finished, oh yeah, you can't even see this, I finished my shorts. If you guys remember, I was doing a pair of shorts. You can see it's like a chevron pattern here. I used it's from something like DIY crochet. It's not the name, but it's something close to that. It's a really easy tutorial. So it has a you go in and out, and you do back loops. So this is double crochets in the back loop, and this crochet pattern you do up and down, kind of like when you do like the cuff of a sweater or like the hem lines. So it does this like ridged chevron pattern, and then you do just regular single crochet. Is this singles? These look like doubles. No, singles. Single crochets in the back loop for the waistband. I added a little bit of a what is it? Little cluster, little picot kind of thing, to just for a little extra razzle dazzle. And then these clusters down here that were part of the pattern that go around the bottom. So I used for this, do I have it down here? Yes. Can-See Essential Cotton, I believe it's called, yes. Essential Cotton. For this, here, let me sit back down. Bring you back up. There we go. So for this, I use Can-See Essential Cotton. Trying to get it to where I can show you face up. There we go. It's a little... doesn't want to focus, but that says Essential Cotton. As you see, I got it on clearance for $3.97. It is the color Desert, which I think is a really good name for this color. These are essentially the colors of it right here. I don't remember if this gray, it's not exactly, this is not a really exact representation, but I think it's meant to be. But yeah, I like it. I like the colors of it. They're comfortable. Because I crochet so loose, I do have to wear like a pair of like workout, like tight, you know, like not biker shorts, but that's what we used to call them. But you know, like the spandex workout shorts underneath it. Same when I have to wear under that dress. I just crochet loose. I don't have to work on some gauge things if I want to keep doing wearables. I don't know how people make crochet wearables like that they can wear without showing everything, honestly. But anyway, this was good. I thought that I didn't think I would use all four. I had 4 of these, maybe 5. 4, I think. I didn't think I'd use all 4, but I ended up using all 4 of these. Pretty much just have just a little bit left. So these are, they're from Can-See, is Joann's house brand. But these apparently, from what I hear, are identical to, I love this cotton, and identical to Mainstay's cotton. I know I love this cotton. It has like tons and tons of colors and variations. Can-See has a lot too, and they brought out some new ones, I believe. So they have a lot. They have solids, they have variegators, they have stripes. So there's options. But it has how many yards? It's a 4 weight, and it has, oh, it's a 3 weight. Is this a 3 weight? I would call this. It's a healthy 3 if it's a 3. It does call for a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook and a 3.75 millimeter, US 5 knitting needles. I wouldn't call it a 3. It's a healthy 3 if it's a 3. I'm trying to find the yardage though. And I cannot find, oh, there we go. 165 meters, 100 grams, 180 yards, 3.5 ounce. So do with that what you will. They came out really nice. They're comfortable. I washed them once. There's a little bit of fraying kind of on the edges after I washed it. And before I washed it, I wore it once before I washed it, and like there was a lot of shedding, I guess, of like the top layer, I guess, of, I don't know. It's a little sheddy. But now that I've washed it once, it's like a tiny bit of just like fuzzing, not fraying. Not fraying is the wrong word, but a little bit of fuzzing of the fabric, especially like along the edges. But it's light, it's comfortable. I like it. I don't know if I'll do shorts again. They're fine. I won't do, these ones, I think they were meant to be like more high-waisted and a lot shorter. I went beyond the pattern and made them like a bit longer than what they're supposed to be. So like I'll show you. I'll link the pattern, but like they came up way higher and they were like more like cute little shorty shorts, which is not really what I was going for, but I like it. It's good. This will be like, I guess, summer of wearables for me, because this is like, first I did that dress, then I did that shirt, and now I did some shorts. So just branching out, it was a nice, fun thing. So did that, and that was cool. I finished these a couple weeks ago. Since then, like I said, I've been knitting. I've been working on my son's illusion knit blanket, and I'll show you that in a minute. Also, I showed you this recently. Been working on hats with this KNC Lux Merino, I believe it's called. So this is, if you recall, so I made this one first, which is just a ribbed beanie. As you see, it came out a little smaller than, it's a little bit small. So I was like, all right, I'll just do a standard beanie. And then, I don't know, I must have panicked or something, because I started decreasing like kind of early, which I never do. And so this one also came out kind of small. Like if I didn't have all this hair, it would fit perfectly. If someone has like flatter, straighter hair, it'll fit them great, nice and snug. But this one's just a little bit tight because of all my hair. So I figured I have just enough to do one more try. So I cast on again. So we're gonna use this up, and we're gonna do one more try on this and get it right. I've never really had trouble sizing a knit hat before, but maybe I'm out of practice or something. I don't know, but it came out. These two just both came out. I've never done a straight rib hat for one, so that was my first time really doing that. It just came out small. This, I don't know, I must have just panicked. This is a little tiny thing. It'd be good like for my younger son, maybe. And then I forgot when I cast on, so when you knit a hat, ideally what you want to do is you want the brim to come in a little bit. You want it snug around the brim. So what you do is you cast on a smaller needle size, and you do your rib brim in a smaller size, so it kind of pulls in. It's a little snugger on your head. This one, I forgot to go down a needle size when I cast on, and I was like, whatever, I'll just keep it going. So this one doesn't have the smaller needle size, which is fine. It's not that big a deal. It's just, kind of best practice. So that's a lot of knitting I've been doing. And then the other thing I'm working on, you guys have not seen this in forever, is this blanket for my son. He asked me for it probably almost a year and a half ago. And I work on it, and then I do other things, and I work on it, do other things. I have put it aside for months and months, probably. It's just been sitting back there on my couch, not getting worked on. And finally I was like, I need to finish this thing. So I can't remember if this is where I was when I picked it up, but let's just say this is where it was. So I have, in the last couple of weeks, done all of this. I have now these squares, each of these little squares that you can kind of see. I don't know, it's hard to make them out. There we go, you can see them now. So illusion knit, I've explained this before, is when you alternate like knits and purls to like make kind of designs that are visible from the right angle. So this is a little bit hard to see, but I'm sure you can see the little squares. Each of these little squares are like 40 stitches across and like 30 rows up. And they're actually a little bit inconsistent because sometimes I'll like forget. Like there's at least one set that I went like to 17 rows. I mean, not 17. It's like 17 Caesar ridges. I counted on like the ridges here, stripes, you know. So when I say 15 or 17 rows, I really mean like sets of stripes, which is 2 rows because you have the navy row and you have the gray row. But that's how I count it. I keep track of it by the pearl ridges. And so there's been a few times. There's one of them that I went to like 16 ridges. I think there's another one I went to like 17. I just keep going and forgot. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to switch over. So they're not super consistent, but no one can tell. And it's for a 9-year-old. So it'll be good. So I'm on the last set. Right now, this thing is huge, but I want to say 6 rows of like blocks. Like 1, 2, let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 5, and I'm on my 6. So it's a 6. It's gonna be 7. Right now, it's like I want to say 7 rows across here, and it'll be 6 rows down. So six rows by 7 rows, or whatever, or 6 rows by 7 columns. However you want to put it. It'll be length. It'll be 7. Width will be 6. And so I'm on the last set of ridges here, and I just switched it over, I want to say. So why do you look? Oh yeah, I just switched this row. So this is I'm on the first row of this last set of boxes. So hopefully I have enough yarn. I think I should have enough that I don't have to I definitely don't want to go buy more because I'll barely put a dent in it when I finish this. I should have enough to finish it. I might not have enough to put a border on, which I will need to because it's gonna roll. I'm gonna try to do an I-cord border, which is gonna take a lot of yarn. I'll probably use a different color, like something else that I'll have. I don't know. I'll find a different gray or a black or a different blue or whatever. But yeah, so we're gonna just power through. I'm so close to having this done. So in the last couple of weeks I did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13 ridges, which is almost a whole set. So in another couple weeks I should be able to have this done. So that's great. Put this back over here for now. Okay, it's hot. Oh no, my fancy merino yarn is caught in my chair. I have my rolling chair wheels. It happens all the time to all my yarn. I'll fix it when I get up. All right, so the other thing I've been working on. Okay, wait. For that, my other finished objects. Do I have them on? I think so. Yes. All right. It's just some hats. You know, I do the hats as I just in my time. So this one I made a couple weeks ago. It's already actually been washed and is ready to go in my box. But this is a bag a day herringbone hat. Okay, let me see if I turn this all the way off. Okay, can you guys still see? I think it's good. That light behind me was like blinding me. Hopefully, ooh, now it's really dark. Okay, hopefully you guys can still see. So this is just like a herringbone stitch hat. You can see like the zigzaggy herringbone. Can you guys see that? Just a bag a day pattern. I found it. And then the next 2 are just like freestyle ones I did on my own. So this one is like what is this thing called? Puff stitch? No, this is called a cluster stitch. What is this stitch called? When you do, like you start a double crochet, you do half a double crochet over and over again. Then you pull it all the way through. Like you yarn over, go through the loop, pull it up, and then yarn over, pull through 2, but you don't yarn over and pull through again. You just do yarn, and then you go back down, pull up another, do that. Like you do it, I think I did it 4 or 5 times. I forget what the stitch is called. So it started off, oh yeah. Originally I was gonna do a ribbed hat and I got bored. That's what happened. So you see the ribbing here. Can you guys see that? The ribbing at the top, right? And then here is a couple rows of these little clusters. I forget what they're called. And I went back to the ribbing, and went back to the clusters, and then that ended with ribs, yes. That's it. I just got bored and just switched it up in the middle. I was just gonna do a regular ribbed hat, and it just was like, oh, let's try something else. I didn't do the ends yet. So this finishes out, finishes out my Karen color Ogo in the color Blue Moon. So it had like blues, like kind of light blues, purples, so this light yellow to this like goldenrod yellow. So that one's done. Yeah. So this came from the same set. And then I think I made 2 other hats with this. I think I got either 3 or 4 hats out of this. So that's done. I gotta wash that one. It's gonna go donate. This one I also freestyled. This is just very same thing happened. So I found, remember I had like all of these, this is also another Colorama halo, and I had a bunch of these and like this, I don't remember the name of the color, but it was like neutral. It was like this tan, this brown-ish, this gray actually, this brown, I forget, 2 other colors, like kind of in the same ilk. And they were from, I think there's also a blue in there, a light blue, but they were left over from my father-in-law's knit blanket that I made him for Christmas. And I used them all up. I thought I was done, but I found one more, like half of a Ogo, half a donut, half a halo. I don't remember what they're called. So I was like, let me use these up. So this one, I started just do a regular beanie, and I got bored. And so I was like, let me just add some little flavor to it. So these are just back row post stitches. Back post stitches to make the little ridges, and just add a little extra something to it. So that's that. Is that it? So yeah, that's all I've done. So a couple of hats. No, wait, that's not it. Some hats that you hadn't seen before, and finish these shorts. So as to what I'm working on, and I was working on that blanket. And okay, so then I've got 2 other blankets. And that's what's been keeping me busy. This one you've seen, one you haven't. This is the one you've seen. This is my filet crochet blanket. I forget the name of this pattern, but it is something. It's a checkerboard kind of filet project. I can't remember. I've done a lot of work since you've seen this last. I feel like it was probably like here, probably. So I've done all this. It's coming along. First I was gonna make this for me, but I don't think I want this one. I have other yarns that I'm in love with more, and I'm not in love with the way this yarn looks with this pattern. I like the pattern and I like the yarn. I'm not like, I don't want to wrap up in this, but I think it's pretty. I like it. So I'm gonna give this one as a gift probably and make myself something else. But this is where this is now. Nice and wide. And I'm gonna make it, I have this, and I'm gonna probably do at least 1 more, maybe 2. So this is, I just put this new cake on. So this is pretty much just 1 full cake. I just added this new cake this evening, and then I'm gonna add at least 1 more. We'll see how big it gets. If it needs to get a little bit bigger, then I'll probably add another one to that, but we'll see. I have tons of these in this color, but I have tons in other colors too, so I'm probably gonna make one for myself in a different color. There's that. So that's 1 blanket. You've seen it. I love it. Oh, I mean, it's a Karen skinny cake, just for those curious, in the color Baked Alaska, which I don't think, I'm very sure is discontinued color. Because skinny cake's like relaunched last year with a whole new set of colors, pretty much. That are really cute. I think I bought some, but they're very different from the set that kind of the color schemes that when I bought these like 2.5, 3 years ago. Just like the, not schemes, like that line was like very different kind of theming and design or whatever. Anyway, oh, let me stop talking. They're just different, but it's the same yarn, just like different colorways. And then my newest blanket project, I think I mentioned, oh man, I should go get them. All right, I'll get them in a minute. Can you guys see this? Oh yeah. So I think I mentioned that I have a good friend that asked me to make her a Bridgerton-inspired blanket. She asked me to knit it for her. I'm not knitting it, but she don't know the difference. She know. My friends know I knit. They know I crochet, and they think it's the same thing. So she was like, can you knit me a Bridgerton-inspired blanket? I was like, I can. I have not watched a whole lot of Bridgerton. I didn't watch the first 2 seasons, but I did watch Queen Charlotte, and I did watch the 3rd season. I enjoyed them, but I have no real interest in going back to watch the first 2 seasons because they've been talked about so much that I know everything that happens. So yeah, but I was like, I kind of knew I wanted to do. So this is the vine stitch, right? Which I used, I learned it from Bag O' Day because I used it to make that cocoon sweater out of Karen Colorama Halo back in June. And I was like, before I sewed the thing together, before I seamed it up, I was like, had it laid out, you know, as a big rectangle because that's how you make a cocoon sweater. And I was like, ooh, this is a pretty blanket just by itself. This would be a pretty blanket. And so I knew I wanted to use this for a stitch for a blanket. And so I figured, I was like, what is a Bridgerton-inspired blanket? And it's like, either it's got to like kind of represent with the colors, or it's kind of got to represent the era. And I was like, I could probably find some like either cool fillets that are very like flowery, Regency kind of thing, you know, or just a stitch that kind of looks intricate, old-timey, vintage, you know, which I think this does. I feel like this looks vintage. This is called the vine stitch, and so it's very, to me, like kind of reminiscent of pastoral, like ivy growing on a old house or something like that, which I know Bridgerton takes place in the city of London, so it's not a super pastoral, but they all have like lawns and gardens and stuff or whatever. They walk through Mayfair, right? All that. So, but I was like, we can also do the colors, like kind of colors that are reminiscent. And I don't know, you know, like I know that they do like they have kind of color schemes that represent the characters. Like I know the Bridgertons wear blue, and I know the Featheringtons wear like citrusy colors, and et cetera, et cetera. And so I asked my friend, I was like, well, who's your favorite character? Because I was like, okay, I'll do some colors that kind of represent that character. And she's like, oh, that's really hard. And I was like, well, then who's your favorite couple? You know, we can try that too. And she was like, oh, Kate and Anthony, which is season 2. And I was like, okay, we can work with that, because Kate wears like, she wore like purples and maroons, and then Anthony wears blues and blacks. And then like as they come together, especially Kate, she went from like really deep like teals and purples and maroons to like more pastel colors, right? And then so what I was gonna do, so what I did, and I'll get the other colors, like I got this deep purple, right? And then this navy, this looks, yeah, you can tell it's navy. This is navy, this is varsity blue, and this is purple. These are big twist value, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these color blocks and kind of alternate a Kate color and Anthony color, Kate color and Anthony color, right? And so this is, the first block is purple for Kate, and then varsity blue for Anthony. And then pause. I'm gonna go get the other colors to show you guys, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right, so my other colors for Kate are like this. What are you? Soft purple, all right? You see that? And I guess this teal. So I think we're gonna go the purple. Is this called teal? Yes. So the purple for Kate to this teal to this right here, right? And then Anthony got Bridgerton blues, which is, so remember he starts off as navy. And we're gonna go to this blue. I'm not navy, well it's navy, but it's called varsity blue. Which is funny because my school colors were blue and it was royal blue. So I think of varsity blue for me as a royal blue. But hey, colors, call them whatever you want. Where's your name? Where's your name? Oh, this is varsity blue. Hold on a second. Maybe I could have sworn I actually looked at this. Oh, just kidding. Where are you at? Oh, this is Varsity Navy Blue, and this is Varsity Blue, which is much closer to my school colors. So we're gonna go from Varsity Navy to Varsity Blue to, I'm gonna guess this is, oh, Cornflower Blue, right? And then I also have in the bag, I have white and black. This is black? Wait, what is you? Right, you're black. Yes. So I might make this in the middle because each of these, so this first set, and I use pretty much almost every yard. I was left with just a couple of yards. It's a yarn eater. This is about 7 inches here, right? So to make a good Lapghan size, I want to get to at least 48 inches, I guess. Around 48 inches, so 7 times 7, 49 inches. Right now, I want to say, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need at least 7 colors. I don't know if I'm going to use, so I'm going to use either the black or the white, I think. Unless I come up with something, maybe I'll go to Joann and find something totally different to go kind of, I don't know. But if nothing else, I'll do the black in the middle somewhere. Or the white. I don't know. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Or I can keep it at 6 colors. That'll give me 42, and then just do 4 inches. Oh, that's a lot of border. No, I'm not gonna do that. Only 4 inches of border. So yeah. So either I'll find one more color to kind of go with all these, or I'll use that black and white. I think originally I had it in my head, like I had it worked out in my head. I don't remember how I had it worked out. Maybe I should have like drawn it first, but either way. And I got all of these yarns. So I got all these yarns. Plus, did I get this? Was this Joann's? No, this was I found this was at Michael's. I got it the same day. I just threw it in the same bag. But isn't this is a pretty one. It was on clearance for $5. Love a Scarfie. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but it was a clearance. I got all those plus these makeup blenders for $25. Now, I know these are full price. I don't remember how much they were, but they were full price. The yarns were all on sale. So it's good. I use, like, I think I got to use the 20% off one item coupon on these, and then like I think 40% off one item on these, and then I think 20% off of like 35 or whatever, one of those like coupons. And so it all came out. So without these, like, I probably paid like $20 for all 6 of these yarns. They were on sale. I can't remember if it was a doorbuster or just a regular sale, but they were on sale. So it was great. It's a good price. I'll get a full blanket for like $20. So to recap, we got, let me see if I can get everything in one shot, one frame. Maybe this will be my thumbnail. So these are the colors. Can you see everything? Can we see them all? Ooh, wait, hold on, I got this one here. No, that's everything. It's all these plus this. This doesn't look. So how do you think? Does that look Bridgerton to you guys? Does that feel like Kate and Anthony? What do you think? It's gonna have to do. She's gonna have to love it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what I've been busy on. What have you guys been doing? Let me know what you're working on. Let me put all these in my bag here. Okay. Put them all in the bag. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. What have you guys been doing? What do I got coming up? So I'm gonna finish this blanket. I'm gonna finish that blanket. We're actually gonna go, I'm either gonna give these, I think I know who I'm gonna give this to. I have 2 options. One, we're gonna go at the end of October to visit actually my former pastor who was like raised me, pretty much like my dad, and his wife. they live in San Francisco, and we're gonna go visit them in October. So I might take it to them if I have room in our suitcases. If we take one suitcase, we might not have room. If we take both our suitcases, we might. We're only going for like a long weekend. We're leaving on a Thursday. I think we're coming back on a Monday. So we probably are gonna just use one suitcase, but I'll try to still squeeze it in there. My husband packs light. So do I. If it's a short trip, I pack light. So I'll either give it to them, or I have some other friends here that I'll give it to, that kind of, I'll give it to them as like a Christmas gift, or just a gift next time I see them. So there's that. So I'm gonna finish that blanket. I'm gonna finish my son's blanket in the next couple weeks, hopefully. This blanket probably will end up being, I mean, it's fast. So I started this not long ago. This week? I want to say over last weekend. Let's say last weekend sometime. Today's the 19th, so let's say last weekend sometime. Today's also, I have a brother, my oldest brother, who died, or he died. He did not, like, you knew him. He died back in 2008 or 9. Today's his birthday. He would have been 52. But yeah, so today's his birthday, and I have a cousin whose birthday is September 11th, so that's fun times. Anyway, so yeah, I started this, what was I gonna say? I started this, let's say last weekend. I didn't work on it every day, so I didn't, I really put it down for several days. I picked it back up maybe Wednesday. So most of this is from Wednesday to today. Wednesday's yesterday, right? Yeah. Most of this was from yesterday to today. So it's a yarn eater, because of the puff stitches. So I think it'll go fast, and I like it. I enjoy working on it, which always makes things go faster. This one is much slower, and I always end up because you really have to count to get the squares to line up, I probably once a week I end up frogging rows and rows and rows. So it's a much slower one, just because I have to count, and I'd just be making mistakes. I can't count. So I'm gonna take my time, but it'll be done. And that's what I got going. When am I gonna start? Do I have any plans on things to start? I really don't. I'm gonna try not to start anything until I finish at least one of these. I don't. I have a whole long list of to-dos, but I don't have anything like that I'm raring to go on. So I'll probably knock out just some hats as I do, throughout my day. But I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be a surprise to both of us what I end up actually showing you next time, because who knows, I might be like, oh, make a tuxedo or some nonsense, tomorrow, wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, yeah, make my husband a suit. He'll never wear some nonsense. Oh, there is one thing I want to start. I don't know if I will, because it's another knit project, which is so I've been, for a couple of years, I've been wanting to do the Marley Bird, my first sweater, which I think she did it as a make along for probably 4 years. Ooh, that was a whistle. I think it's a gap tooth. I don't know. Did you hear that? How? I couldn't do that on purpose if I tried for 15 years, just like whistle through my teeth like that. But it came right on out. That's amazing. Anyway, it was a make along I think that she did a few years ago, and had it on my to-do list. I know what yarn I want to do, everything. When I was pulling this stuff out of my little closet the other day, I saw that yarn waiting for me, so I know it's something I want to do soon. And so I'm like, you know what, I don't know if I'm gonna cast it on, but I might. Anyway, that is all. I will chat with you guys later. See what I got going. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.